In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this little mini snowflake. I used a size number 10 crochet thread to make the snowflake, and it's a little mini snowflake, super cute. And these are great for mini crochet projects. You can use them as a decoration to hang on a Christmas tree or add to a wreath, or to use as an applique. And also, if you make homemade greeting cards, this is the perfect size to use for your greeting card. This is the perfect size snowflake. And after you're done, you can stiffen this snowflake with some starch. You can use a spray starch, or Stay Flow is a good starch to use for stiffening your snowflakes. And I also sometimes will use regular school glue with a little bit of water added to stiffen the snowflakes. And then you would want to block your snowflake, and then once it's dry, it is ready to use. And of course, you don't have to stiffen the snowflake if you plan to use it for an applique to sew onto like a sweater or something like that, or a hat or gloves. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to make this little mini snowflake. To make the snowflakes, I'm going to use a size number 10 cotton crochet thread, and I'm going to use a size 2.75 millimeter crochet hook. I'm going to start with a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain 5 chains. And then I will join with a slip stitch to that first chain that I did to form a little ring or circle. And then I'm going to chain 5 chains. The first 3 chains of this chain 5 will count as a double crochet, and then the next 2 chains will count as a chain 2. So we have 5 chains. The first 3 will be a double crochet, then the plus 2 will be the chain 2. Now we're going to do a double crochet into the center of that little ring, and then chain 2, and then another double crochet into that center circle, and then chain 2, and then double crochet into that center circle, chain 2, and double crochet again into that center circle, and then chain 2, and then double crochet into that center circle, and then I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the third chain. So if you come from the bottom, the one closest to the ring, that's 1 chain, 2, and then 3. I'm going to insert my hook into that third chain and do a slip stitch, because that was the chain 5 that we did. So the first 3 counted as a double crochet, so that's why I did a slip stitch into the third chain. Then there's 2 more chains, then we did a double crochet. So after you finish round 1, you should have 6 of these double crochets and 6 chain 2 spaces, because the first 3 chains count as a double crochet, so that's why you'll have 6 of those double crochets and 6 chain 2 spaces. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to chain 1, and into that same joining stitch where we just did the slip stitch at the top of that third chain there, we're going to do a single crochet. So that's doing a single crochet into that first double crochet, since that chain 3 there counts as a double crochet. So now into this chain 2 space, we are going to work 2 single crochets, and then chain 5 chains. And then back into that chain 2 space, we're going to work 2 more single crochets. So into that chain 2 space, just to recap what we did, into the chain 2 space we worked 2 single crochets, chain 5, and then 2 more single crochets into the same chain 2 space. The next stitch here, that's the double crochet from round 1. We're going to work 1 single crochet into the top of that double crochet from the previous round. Now we have another chain 2 space, so we're going to do the same thing we did in that chain 2 space. We're going to work 2 single crochets, then chain 5, and then 2 more single crochets into the chain 2 space. And then single crochet into the top of the double crochet from the previous round. And then here's your next chain 2 space. So we're going to do the same thing in all of the chain 2 spaces for the second round. So we're going to do the same thing that we did in the other 2 chain 2 spaces. Into the chain 2 space, we want to work 2 single crochets, and then chain 5, then 2 more single crochets into that chain 2 space. And then single crochet into the top of the double crochet from the previous round. And then here's your chain 2 space again, so the same thing we did in the others. 2 single crochets into the chain 2 space, chain 5, and then 2 more single crochets into that chain 2 space. And then we're going to do a single crochet into the top of this double crochet from the previous round. Okay, and then here's your chain 2 space after the double crochet, so into that chain 2 space we're going to work 2 single crochets, and then chain 5, and then 2 more single crochets into that same chain 2 space. And then here's the double crochet from the previous round. We're going to work a single crochet into the top of that stitch. We have 1 more chain 2 space for this second round here. We're going to do the same thing we did in the other chain 2 spaces for this round. So into the chain 2 space, start with your 2 single crochets, then chain 5, and then 2 single crochets into that same chain 2 space. Then we're going to join with the slip stitch into the next single crochet, which is the single crochet we did when we began the round. So now that completes round 2. Okay, so for round 3 we're going to start with a chain 3. And then you'll find your chain 5 space right here, and into that chain 5 space we are going to do a slip stitch, and then chain 3, and then slip stitch back into that chain 5 space, and then chain 5, slip stitch into that same chain 5 space, and then chain 3, and then slip stitch into that same chain 5 space. So all of those stitches was worked into that same chain 5 space, and that's what it should look like. Because we did a chain 3, we did a slip stitch into the chain 5 space, then we chain 3, slip stitch, chain 5, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch, all into that chain 5 space, and then chain 3, And then here you'll see you skip the first 2 single crochets, and then into the next single crochet you're going to do a single crochet. So the single crochet that I just did was on top of the single crochet that was done into the top of the double crochet. So it should be in line with the single crochet that was done on top of the double crochet from the previous round. So you should have a double crochet, single crochet into that double crochet, and then single crochet into that single crochet that's on top of the double crochet from round 1, if that helps to identify where it's supposed to be. Because from this chain 5 space to this chain 5 space, there's 5 single crochets. So you skip the first 2, you find the one that's right in the middle, and that's where you do your single crochet after chaining 3. And then there's 2 more single crochets here, and then you'll find another chain 5 space. So for the chain 5 spaces, we're going to do the same thing each time. But first, before we do that, we need to chain 3. So now that we chain 3, we're going to work into that chain 5 space. We're going to do a slip stitch, and then chain 3, slip stitch back into that chain 5 space, and then chain 5, and then slip stitch right into that same chain 5 space, and then chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain 5 space. So that's what that looks like there when you work into the chain 5 space. And then chain 3, and then skip the next 2 single crochets, find that one that's in the middle, because after you find that one in the middle, you'll see the 2 more single crochets before the chain 5 space. So it's right in the middle. You want to do a single crochet. And then after you do the single crochet, chain 3, and then you find your chain 5 space here. Into the chain 5 space, we'll do a slip stitch, and then chain 3, and then slip stitch back into that same chain 5 space, and then chain 5, then slip stitch into that same chain 5 space, chain 3, slip stitch into that same chain 5 space. Okay, and then we're going to chain 3, and then you'll find that single crochet right in the middle. So you'll skip 2 single crochets, and then into that third one you do a single crochet, and then chain 3, and then we're skipping these next 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet, and then there's the next one, and then there's a chain 5 space. So after you do your chain 3, you find your chain 5 space, and we do a slip stitch into that chain 5 space. So we're doing the same thing that we do. So for every chain 5 space, we do the same thing. So we're going to do the same thing we did in the other chain 5 spaces. We did our slip stitch into the chain 5 space, then chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain 5 space, and then chain 5, and then slip stitch right into that same chain 5 space, and then chain 3, slip stitch into the chain 5 space, and then I'm going to chain 3 chains, and then skip 2 single crochets. Into the third one I will do my single crochet. You'll see there's 2 more single crochets here after you do that one, because there's 5 in between. Then chain 3, we're going to skip the 2 single crochets and then find the chain 5 space, do our slip stitch into the chain 5 space, chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain 5 space, and then chain 5, slip stitch into that chain 5 space, and then chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain 5 space, and then we're going to chain 3, and then skip 2 single crochets into the third one, do a single crochet, then chain 3, skip the next 2 single crochets, and then find your chain 5 space. We're going to do a slip stitch into the chain 5 space, chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain 5 space, and then chain 5. And then slip stitch back into the chain 5 space, chain 3, slip stitch back into the chain 5 space. And that was the last chain 5 space for this round 3. So now after we did our slip stitch into the chain 5 space, we're going to chain 3, and then you're going to find that first single crochet and do a slip stitch, the first single crochet that we did when we began the round, and join with a slip stitch. And that completes round 3, and we are done with our little mini snowflake. How cute. So now I'm ready to fasten off here. And now I'm going to pull that thread through, to pull it all the way through that loop to fasten off. So now that is my little mini snowflake. How cute is that? But now you're ready to add some spray starch, or you can dip it into some starch. I like to do these either with the Stay Flow. I'll dip them into Stay Flow, and then you want to block it and let it dry. Sometimes I'll use the Elmer's school glue with just a little bit of water added to it to stiffen the snowflakes as well. So now I'm going to weave in the ends, and I'm going to use a smaller crochet hook. This is a 1.0 millimeter crochet hook to pull those ends through, and I'll do it on the back side of the work. And that completes my little mini snowflake. Now it's ready for me to stiffen with some starch or some glue, and then once it's dry, it is finished and ready to be used for my crochet project. And these snowflakes are great for so many different things. You can use them as a decoration, you can hang them on your tree, you can use them for appliques, and they're also great if you make homemade greeting cards, to use them on those. These are just the perfect size for that. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial today. I want to thank you for watching, and have a great day.